beautiful people. So, so this is another segment I'm gonna do. I don't know. I may go live with this segment. I don't know, but I'm just trying something out. So, welcome to Mindful Practices. Mindful Practices is something that you do intentionally. In this space, I will be discussing like journal prompts in my healing journal. If you have not been following me, this is the healing journal I'll be referencing in this space and in this segment. I did this journal in 2023. So if you want to read or follow along, you can find it on Amazon. I'll try to remember to put the link in the description and everything like that. So, mindful practice that we will be utilizing, of course, is journaling. In this healing journal, there's a lot of journal prompts and things like that. There's also other things. I think I already went through it in another video. So, journaling is a practice where you write down your thoughts, you write down your feelings and your daily experiences. It's also a way for you to track your progress and recognize certain patterns because it's easy for us to pick out, patterns with other people, point the blame, point the finger, but we also have patterns. So, journaling is a way for you to recognize those patterns. When you write certain experiences down and you are keeping up that regimen, you're able to go back and see the patterns along with why does certain things happen. Is it that it happened at a certain time? Is it that it happened at a certain when the weather is a certain way? Does it happen when certain people come around you? That's the way how you can track certain things. So there are different type of journals now. The journal that I grew up with, it was a pen to paper journal, just basic paper and paper and pencil. But now you have digital journals, you have lock and key journals, you have code entry journals, which is beneficial because it's your most private thoughts. It's things that you may not want to share or want anybody else to know about. Some people are open books, some people are not open books. So the lock key is one of my favorites because it'll be for your eyes only. We don't need people going through your journal trying to create a story time. It's not for that. So it's nothing like having the energy of the pen flowing to paper. But and they have those in the lock journal as well. But I'm saying this is with anything, even when reading a book. To me, I know everybody's not like, but to me, I like to have the book, the actual physical book, instead of it being digital. I just can't stay on the screen all day. I just can't do it. So it is a natural flow when you have the pen to paper. So I can't really read that. So however, it is up to you, whatever you like, whatever um whichever one you prefer. Is no set in stone on which journal you should have. Just as long as you are writing in them. So and it's for you to release, like writing out. Different people release different things, like emotionally. Some people cry to release their self emotionally. Some people listen to music to release their self emotionally, because I feel like music does have it to where it does move us emotionally. Some people write down things when they're emotional to try to release. Some people punch a pillow. Some people go running. Some people, it's so many different things that people eat to try to release, but we're trying to go for the top things um, that we are able to release during journaling. Thank you, lovely lady. Thank you so much, Andrew. I don't subscribe to I'm not into politics, so I'm not into any of that. So, in this session of mindful practices, we will be talking about writing letters. The first letter in the journal, even if you haven't purchased your journal right now, you can still, find a piece of paper or something that you can write on right now. So the first letter will be to yourself, and you are addressing the child within. We always hear this, and we always think that what we experience with our childhood doesn't matter, but it does. It shows up in every situation, in our relationships, um, in our work environment, in friendships. It shows up. So, little boy or little girl who is never heard or seen, he is just told to grow up and move on, forget about it, or overlooked altogether. So we know that issues happen, things arise during life. This is a game, we know it. However, you have to work through those things. You can't keep holding on to things and not forgiving people and being hateful. You know, those things kind of like create a dysfunction in the body. This is where you get dis-ease from, because it's out of alignment. When things are out of alignment, is it can corrupt, and it can corrupt other things. So you may not have anything wrong with you right now, medically or health wise, because you may do exercise, you may eat the right foods, but stress can also weigh you down. I've seen this firsthand with my grandmother. Stress can weigh you down. It can kind of like it's like there's no type of defense up when you are emotionally drained, when you have things that you're holding on to. There is a saying where your heart has to be as light as a feather, you know, in the Egyptian theology, I think, and that is true. You can't have things on your heart for so long. This is where heart disease come in. You know, of course, I'm not going to tell you this is where heart disease come in at, but this is why the world and so many people are suffering with heart disease, because they have so many things that they're holding on to, things that they can't let go of. In the beginning, when my grandma would tell me, you know, you have to forgive people, and I didn't want to hear any of that. Okay, we don't want to hear that. Why do people are not being dealt with? That's when I want to hear. Okay, shout out little brother Dickinson Mayaz. It's his birthday. Happy birthday, Dickinson. I hope Dixon Mayaz. Hope I'm saying that right. Hi. Hi, Crick O'Brien, Andrew 32, Lucas Croy. Hope I'm saying it right. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. Um, Yeah, I didn't want to hear that from her. Like, I don't want to forgive these people, and they've done bad things and they're still able to get away with it. Nobody wants to hear that. But it benefits you. It helps you to release things. It helps you to um just be able to live a better quality of life, you know? So our childhood affects our adulthood. The inner child is a powerful force that can lead us to either healing, or it can lead us to blocking, because some things in your childhood you're unable to let go because it was so traumatic. And then it's like it's kind of like you won't even realize that this particular thing came from your childhood and it was never dealt with, because we think that once we grow up as adults, of course childish things are put away, but you still have that little child within. It's this book um that I have been getting this information from, and I want to show you um exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to be going over this book. I think I started some of it on this channel. So here it is. I want to show you this picture. Let me put this mic down for a second. See how the woman and then the little child is still within, and all of these thoughts. This is right here is saying, let me out, let me out, let me out. See it? And then all of these things is the adult. It's the way the adult thinks. No, I'm scared, let me out. So yeah, that would be the book that I would be referencing. Um, here is the title: Recovery for Your Inner Child. So that's the book that I will be referencing from. So as we grow or grow up, the inner child gets locked away. Then we enter the unsafe habitat of adulthood. So the inner child sits in silence, waiting to be set free. It's like little things. So when you get grown, you get caught up into the adult world of having to go to work, having to pay bills, having to just be an adult. Meanwhile, the little child, the inner child, that is still It's still screaming. It still wants to be let out. It still wants to play sometimes. It still wants to it still wants to be heard. You know, when I see the inner child in people, I see the inner child when I'm pretty sure I wrote this down, but I'm gonna go ahead. I see the inner child when people are with their parents. It doesn't matter how old the adult is. When they see their parents, they turn back into that little child. There's nothing wrong with it. But this is how you know that little child or that little girl, that little boy is still within. Although you have gotten taller, we understand what adults are. However, the little kid is still within. Just look at how when you're in a grown up, how you still want to do like play games that you play as a child because it kind of like it's kind of like a breather. It's kind of like a breakaway from the adult world where we just have to hustle and bustle. You got to get up, go to work. You got to get up. Yes, I love God. You have to get up and go to work and do this, run errands, take care of the children, wife, husband. Like it's a lot involved in adulthood. When we ignore our inner child, we are also ignoring the true feelings and instincts. So we all have that gut feeling where it's telling you not to do this and not to do this. That's kind of like your inner child or your higher self telling you, this is something that you don't need to be doing. This is something that you don't need to be getting yourself involved in. Because spirit, Holy Spirit, whatever you want to call it, sees things from a different perspective, a wider perspective than we do. So now in adulthood, now we don't cry. You know how to be like big boys don't cry, or they'll be like, put your big girl draw panties on. Well, how am I gonna put some panties on? Nobody show me how to put on. Like, come, like I don't know. I guess people expect for you to know certain things, and it's just not like that. Some people may know it. I don't know. Some people they just don't know. You know. And so I'm one of those people where I didn't know a lot of things. I had to grow up. My grandmother sheltered us. We wasn't allowed to do a lot of stuff, go and I'm thankful that she did do that because children have to be there has to be some type of structure. Like you can't let them run all over the street, go in and out the house when they want to. You can't let them sleep at friends' houses like that. I didn't sleep at friends' houses like that. I don't let my children sleep at houses like that unless we don't do that in 2026. So no, whatever, the adult doesn't want to hear the broken inner child speak, and when they do, they get shoved back in the closet. Like nobody wants to hear you speak. You're grown now. You can't keep worried about certain things no more. When it's not that it's a worrisome thing, it's that these issues that was unresolved as a child or overlooked as a child is now presenting itself or showing up in different scenarios in your adult life. Like we know this. We know that there are childish grown-ups. It doesn't matter how old they are. They can be 85 years old. They still may not have grown out. Another thing too, I feel like, for example, like a woman. Say like when a woman has a child young, like 13, 14, that woman is still going to be mentally, emotionally stuck in that 14-year-old mind frame because she experienced something traumatic. A child should not be having a child. That's not normal. It's not normal. I don't care. It's not normal. Your body's not even developed yet. Your brain's not even developed yet. So, and I've seen this a lot where women who have children young, and it's not their fault. They wasn't being watched. They wasn't being told not to do this, or that's not right, or this person's not supposed to do that. It's not their fault like that. Um, Children don't know no better. That's why you have grown-ups, you have adults, and that's why y- we're not gonna get into that. That's a whole nother topic. But they are stuck at that 13-year-old, 14-year-old mind frame because they experienced something traumatic. Having a baby is traumatic. It is a life or death situation. It is traumatic. Regardless if you are married, single, it doesn't matter. It still is traumatic. Children should not be having children. So we're not able to fully expressed or be embraced when we keep the the inner child hidden because it's kind of like it's like that person makes life overly serious. It's like they don't have any downtime because their mind is steady racing, they steady running off of that adult time. Adult time is different from children's time. I had to learn that too. Um, so like I said, it's actually a beautiful thing to see um when grown-ups are around their parents and you get to see that little boy, that little girl come out. So that's how you know they still they are in there. You I mean, you can't see them physically, of course, but we know that the inner child is in there. You know, they turn back into a little boy, a little girl. And my mom was here. I would do the same thing. I see it in everybody I've come across, everybody, whether I know them or not, I've seen it. So and they let you know that it's still waiting within and it's still ready to speak. Um, so that's what this session is going to be about. I'm going to come with more different techniques of how we can heal our inner child because a lot of us need it. A lot of us walk around on autopilot thinking that's grown up, but nope, we're just on autopilot. We're not in control. So write a letter to your inner child. Let them know that you are listening and write down any thoughts that comes to the surface while you are writing. Allow yourself to relax and allow them to speak. Um, cut all digital devices off, TV off. Music playing in the background is good, it's helpful. I have music playing now. So this is what this segment's gonna be. I would try to go live. This is kind of like a show I'm trying to break out of. I'm trying it. I'm trying it. Shout out to everybody who joined um and came on to the live. That was so inspiring to me to want to come back on here and do this. Nobody wants to I mean, they tell you to do that, sit and but nobody wants to do that. You don't want to just talk to the camera. I can't do that. I know shout out to y'all who can, but I just can't. I need some type of engagement. Thank you so much for the love and much love on your journeys. Now let's see if I can am I able to end this? And until next time, gods and goddesses, peace.